Okay, and welcome everyone to another chess video lecture brought to you by Chess.com, and I am Daniel Rensch. Today, we are starting a new video series. This is the first video of hopefully maybe a series of 5. You never know, maybe we'll stretch it to 10 or give a bonus video. But today's the series we're starting off today is going to be one where we're reviewing amateur games, games from tournaments, maybe 1 or 2 games from players here on Chess.com. But the idea is to review some games, showing some common mistakes of players, let's say roughly from beginner level to roughly 1500. I once heard a theory from a PhD of I don't know, some kind of mathematics or something, but a chess player, and he said that really what makes a 1600 player, as far as tournament chess goes, 1600 and up, forget about all other chess theory, pawn structure, from endgame technique to your ability to really develop a high-level plan, calculate 10 moves deep. All that stuff maybe comes later depending on how strong you are and how far you get as a player. But one of the things that really just separates 1600s from other amateurs is one simple thing. They don't blunder as much. Most of the time, they don't blunder anymore. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about is not only, we're not just going to talk about examples where somebody blunders and, okay, move 19 of this particular position, this was a bad move. We're going to be talking about maybe what the thought process was of this amateur. Some of the games are from my students, so it's kind of easy for me to dissect what their typical psychological problems are in their games, or the problems in their approach, or things that I know because I've worked on with them. But some of the games will be of players that I don't know, and we'll be making guesses about what we feel was not only the fact that he blundered, but what we feel was the reason that he blundered, and what maybe he was thinking about. That way we can start to correct our line of thinking, because that's really the only purpose of reviewing games. I'm not big on reviewing games just for the aesthetic value, and we like to have databases. We review games with one purpose: to make us better so that we don't repeat mistakes in future games. That's it. That's the only reason why we hash out the past, is to improve the future. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to start looking at a game between 2 amateur players. They will remain anonymous for the witness protection program as usual. And the game was e4, e5. Played by most grandmasters around the world every day, probably being played right now somewhere as we speak. Knight f3, and now we see d6. This is a Philidor. For those of you who don't know, this is the Philidor's opening. Obviously, knight c6 is the main move here, where we can run into Ruy Lopez's or a Scotch, or versions of like 2 knights and Gioco Piano type positions, maybe the Italian with bishop c4.
We hope you enjoyed this video demo from Chess.com. Subscribe today to finish this video and get unlimited access to our full video library. Your membership also includes access to Chess Mentor, the most advanced interactive training tool available anywhere. You'll also get full access to the Opening Explorer, Tactics Trainer, and much, much more. So sign up today and get serious about improving your game.